This is the Power Lunch on CBT News.
Hey everyone, I'm Jim Fitzpatrick. Thanks for joining us today. The auto care industry is expected to reach over $400 billion in consumer spend by 2025. People are driving older vehicles, they're driving more miles, and they're getting more services done. Dealership service centers are starting to lose ground to general repair shops and quick lube and auto retail service chains. Why is that? Well, the Cox Automotive 2023 service study found that people trust dealer service departments less than before. That's right, I said less than before. Cox Automotive's Skyler Chadwick, Director of Product Consulting, is here to share ways dealers can win back the trust of their service customers. Welcome, Skyler, and what say you on this? Why are we losing trust? I can't believe this.
Right, thanks, Jim. Thanks for having me today. I appreciate it so much.
How can dealers win back the trust of their customers?
Yeah, so it's a very good question. Customers' trust in dealership service departments isn't fully lost. Let's be clear on that, but it is eroding. And I think dealerships, it should be a wake-up call to dealerships to look at what they're doing today. In our new Cox Automotive service industry, study shows that trust in dealerships is still the top reason why customers service their vehicles at the dealership where they purchased it. And in that case, we find that to be the case in both our EV consumers, but also our ICE vehicle ownerships, right? In these vehicles that we have. So, but that being said, the trust has fallen actually in the last 2 years. So we saw it go from 62% to 54% in the last 2 years.
Wow.
So yeah, it's shocking, and it should be an eye-opening to dealerships to really start looking at their processes. And I think some of the top reasons why we see customers that don't service their vehicles at the dealerships where they purchased it is coming from distrust. For example, the customers thinks that dealership will pressure them to sell their vehicles. There's also dealer has negative reviews, and I think our consumers are becoming more elaborate in the ways that they actually look at businesses that they want to do business with and look at those reviews and read into those reviews as well. So, and also too, I don't think we do a great job as dealerships personally in explaining what services are being done. And I think we could do a little bit better job in educating our customers about what's going on. And then through that education and helping them understand what's going on,
Sure,
we'll build some of that trust back up as well.
Sure. Do you think it has something to do too with the fact that people are keeping their cars longer, and through COVID, we saw that service departments were just jam-packed full of cars, and people, service advisors kind of just processing eyeballs and not spending a lot of quality time with their customers and such, and maybe that led to the erosion of the trust?
I think the customers owning their vehicles longer, that's a great opportunity for dealerships, right?
Yeah.
So meanwhile, these are the top reasons why dealers think that customers don't return to the dealership for service in fear of being overcharged, right? So I think there's a factor that goes into that as we see these vehicles, consumers keeping on longer on their vehicles. That's an opportunity, right, for them to feel that way. So, and they're right, and it's one of the top 3 reasons why customers are returning to the dealerships for service in our study. That being said, even though the average cost per service visit is about the same, whether the customer goes to a dealership or to another service provider, there's just a false perception that dealers are going to charge more. And so I think there's some disconnect there for sure.
How can dealers create a better customer experience for their customers?
Yeah, dealers can win back this trust in 3 ways. And these are the 3 ways that our consumer insights kind of show us, and what this study showed us too. First, it's related to the point I just mentioned, cost transparency. Just as being open and honest with our customers about what the potential cost could be to fix these vehicles, right? And number 2, I think the second way to win this trust is through service follow-ups, making sure that when these customers come in, right, we change the brakes on their car, follow up with them, ask them if there's any issues, concerns that have come around, making sure that car is still running the way that it should be running. And then the customer is satisfied with their customer experience. And then third, I think we need to improve the quality of service. When we have specialized technicians and have the right tools, that have the right equipment, and most importantly, I think also too, parts plays a big role in this as well, as making sure that we have the right parts and inventory to make sure we take care of the customer. Yeah. And these three things have shown to build trust in our customers over time as well. So it's really about creating that a well-rounded customer experience. And one of the things I always say to dealerships when I talk to them is, right, we're in the business of repeat and referral business. Yeah. And we really need to ensure that these customers really truly have a positive experience, and that customers are going to trust you and that they're going to come back, right? We always hear about the bad experiences. We never hear about the good experiences. So let's change that this year.
That's right. There's so many so much technology out there to help dealers in this area. How exactly should service departments use digital tools to interact with their customers? Because I know that's a big thing right now, right?
Yeah. First of all, keep looking at your customer's experience again and again. Your customers are always evolving, right? Yeah. Again, we're in the repeat and referral business, right? We want to make sure that the customer is part of that experience. Customers have told us for years, they want the experience, right? From the time they purchase that car, the service in that vehicle, inside and outside of the dealership, they want to interact with the customers. So customers expect that service experience to be personal and interactive with the dealership. That means you want to connect with your dealer throughout their buying experience, inside and outside of this whole service experience. And so we really want to make sure that dealerships really truly have the essential in keeping their customers informed, instant updates, service advisors at each step of the process. I think one of the things that I'm starting to see dealerships do is actually taking the technician videos, which we'll talk about here in just a minute, but also bringing your advisors in, having your advisors take videos and updating the customer about their vehicle status in the shop. And I think this all correlates to making sure your dealership, you have the right tools in place, the digital tools that really are vital to the consumer experience and building trust in the actual consumer's experience.
That's right. If a customer's told that they need brakes, now they want to see that they need brakes, right?
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, no question about it. So where can dealers learn more? These are the kinds of solutions we want to be bringing dealers. And obviously on the Power Lunch, that's what the show is all about. So where can they learn more?
Yeah, so dealers, you can learn more about by downloading the service industry study book at www.coxautoinc.com/service study. And you're going to find that these technologies are truly the path to the future, right? We expect to see 75% of dealers have always said that the multimedia capability there of really building that trust with our customers is truly impacting the consumer experience.
Mm-hmm. Cox Automotive, Skyler Chadwick, Director of Product Consulting. Thank you very much for your insights today. It was a pleasure having you on. I know that our viewers are going to get a lot out of today's show. So thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, Jim. Appreciate it.
Thanks.
Thanks for watching the Power Lunch on CBT News.